Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Social Live Vlogs, I should say Lauren Anthony. I wanted to give you guys another review today on Volcano Bay. So I love doing these vlogs and these reviews for you guys because I want to share my experiences and better help you to understand exactly what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, and you can make a more educated decision on what's going to be the best choice for you when it comes to doing things like this, which is what I'm going to talk about today. And this is our visit to Volcano Bay here in Orlando, Florida. Now, Volcano Bay is a water theme park here that's brought to you by Universal. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Universal Studios. They have a theme park here. It was their first and number one theme park here in Orlando, Florida. So Universal Studios is a theme park that basically is about some of the movies and shows that they've done with Universal, the company, and it's really cool. They have a lot of great movies. They also have another theme park called Islands of Adventure, lots of rides, really fun. I have been to both of those theme parks before. I'm a Florida resident. I grew up here in Florida. I used to live in Orlando. I'm from Palm Beach, South Florida originally, so it's not too far. It's very close to home for me. I grew up here around Orlando for a few years when I was younger, so I went a lot of times when I was younger, but Volcano Bay is actually their newest theme park. It is a water theme park, so there's lots of rides, all water theme based, and it is my first time here at Volcano Bay. So I was really excited to do Volcano Bay since I've done all the other parks here in Orlando, Florida, including all the Disney theme parks, which are also really fun. We've done those many times as well, but this was a new theme park for me that I knew I had to conquer, and I was really excited to do. As soon as I saw it, what actually captivated me about Volcano Bay is the huge volcano that they have. You see in most of the pictures or advertisements, that is the central part of the theme park, and that is what it's all about. It's called Volcano Bay. So there's a huge volcano right there in the middle of the park. As soon as you walk in, it's the first thing you see. There's like a pool slash bay right underneath the volcano, which is really cool. But if you want to just kind of relax for the day there and hang out in that kind of pool, that bay, or on the beach that's right in front of it, they have lots of lawn chairs, and that's one aspect of it that I really like. So what I want to tell you about today, though, is my experience here at Volcano Bay. Now, we are in the middle of a pandemic, COVID-19 or coronavirus, and I really wanted to go to the theme park way before this. I think it was about a year ago when I first saw it, and I saw the volcano and I said, wow, what is that? That looks really cool. And then I realized it was part of Universal and it was their newest theme park, and I hadn't been yet. So it was top of my list. I had to go. That's how I am. That's my personality. As soon as I see something, I'm like, I have to go and I can't get it off my mind. When I found out Volcano Bay and Universal in general was open, I wanted to do Volcano Bay. This is my opportunity. I was just sitting around kind of waiting for borders to open around the world again, especially Chile, and it's not happening. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna take a vacation to Universal. I'm gonna finally go to Volcano Bay, and while I was at it, I went ahead and did all three theme parks, which includes Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, and Volcano Bay, all three owned by Universal. It was a better deal to just do all three theme parks. Christian, my partner, is who I went with to all three theme parks. He has not been to any of them. We did Disney last year, so I wanted to take him to all three. I've already done Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios many times, but have not done Volcano Bay. So I said, you know what? It's cheaper to do the 3-day pass, do all three theme parks. So we decided to do that. Now this vlog is about Volcano Bay because it was my first time there. It was my first experience there, and it's during a pandemic. It's during coronavirus, which right now a lot of people are not traveling. People are curious about how it is there. What is it like? Things are very different everywhere in the world right now. So I'm going to explain to you what my experience was. Volcano Bay in general to me was really fun. I really enjoy water parks. I love water, I love the sea, I love the pool, anything. I'm a Florida girl, and especially right now we're in summertime. It is the end of June and it's very hot and getting hotter here in Florida. So it was a great time to come. It is hot all year round here in Florida, so the theme parks are open all year, including Volcano Bay, which is really nice. But it's a good time to go because it's very hot, so being in the water and being in a water theme park was really nice, really refreshing. On the other end, the sun is very strong, and especially someone like me, anybody, you can get sunburn really. But especially if you're someone like me, I'm very sensitive, and the sun is not my best friend. As much as I love the sun and I grew up in the sun, it's not my best friend, and I need to wear a lot of sunscreen. So those things have not changed during the pandemic. You're gonna go to Volcano Bay. It is open. Make sure you wear your sunscreen and you can wear your bathing suit. It is a bathing suit park because it is all water. Every single ride there is water. So even they had, I'll tell you, I'll just jump right into it. My favorite ride by far in the entire theme park was the water roller coaster. So they actually have a roller coaster that is water themed. It's water based. So it's basically like a little raft or a boat that is, filled with air. It's like a typical, it's not a tube, but it's like a tube, but in a boat form, but it has magnetic poles on the bottom. So it pushes and pulls you along this crazy roller coaster. It wasn't too intense. It was nothing like the Hulk at Islands of Adventure. If you've been there, it's a really intense roller coaster. They didn't have anything like that, but it was perfect for me. I don't like super intense rides because I'm prone to motion sickness and I get sick easy, but it was like perfect. It wasn't too boring. It wasn't like a little kiddie ride, but there were a lot of kids going on it as well as adults. So it's something that's in between, I would say. It was like a medium, but really fun. That was by far my favorite ride, and we did that one multiple times. Going during the coronavirus was really good because there was hardly any lines out of all of the rides, which most of the rides are tube based. So there was a couple rides. There's 3 rides in the volcano. So you walk up a bunch of stairs all the way to the top of the volcano, and then you go into like a capsule where they put you in a capsule. They totally enclose you, and then there's a board underneath you that they pull out from under you when they push the button, and you just drop. And it's basically all 3 rides, I would say, are straight drops, but there's one ride that is completely straight, and it's just using your body. You're not using any tubes. You're going all the way down, and then you're splashing into the pool. They're like 6 seconds. Most of the rides are between 5 to 7 seconds, I would say. So, this ride is 6 seconds. You don't even realize what happens. You just splash. You're going so fast that there's a lot of water that they have to put in the ride so you don't hurt yourself, since it's just your body and you don't want to have too much friction with the slide in your body. So they put a lot of water. It's 6 seconds straight down, and you're basically just getting flooded with water in your eyes. You can't open your eyes. You can't see much, but you get that feeling of your body just drops. Imagine entering into a capsule. They close you in, and then a board comes from underneath you and pulls your feet, and you just straight drop. Within 6 seconds, you're from the very height, top of the volcano, all the way to the bottom, and it's just a crazy rush that you just don't even expect, but it happens so fast you don't even realize what's really happened. So if you're into that kind of adventure, really crazy, that is probably the craziest one that they have. It is the red capsule, and that's the tube that you're gonna have the most advanced excitement on, I would say. Then there's 2 other tubes there in the volcano. They are different colored. There's a green and a blue one. They're also, you walk all the way up to the top of the volcano. They're all in the same area. So you take the stairs all the way up, you enter into the capsule, same deal. They close you in, and then they pull the board from underneath your feet, and you drop straight down for a few seconds, but then it turns, both of them, and then they start to go around and all the way down the volcano, but more in a spiral tube way, a spiral form. So you're not just dropping straight down. Now, there's a green one, which the green one is more, I don't know if you want to call it exciting, but more advanced, more scary. It depends on your feeling, how you approach it, but I would say it's more intense. The green one is more intense than the blue one. So if you're looking for the more intense one, the green one is going to be for you. It actually has the same velocity and pull as the Hulk ride that we were just talking about. That is that Islands of Adventure by Universal theme park. And it has the same velocity as that roller coaster. So you're going pretty fast. It's pretty intense. It's a different type of intensity than the red one. It's the straight drop down. But they're both very intense. If you're into that kind of thing, the green one would probably be your intensity level. If you want a little less intense, but still, decent, you got the drop and then goes around, it would be the blue, by far a lot less. So I would say in that levels, are the way that it goes. It's the red one, the straight drop down is the most intense in the park, and then you go to the green one, which is more spiral with a little straight drop, and that's gonna be intense as the Hulk roller coaster ride. And then you have the blue one. All three are at the top of the volcano, and that's also a small drop down, straight, and then spiral tube down all the way to the bottom. So those are the three rides that are in the volcano. And then you go around the theme park. You have several different rides, or slides, I should say. Most of them are slides. So some are with tubes that you can have up to 5 people. Some are with tubes that you can have 1 person or 2 people maximum. And some of them are weight regulated. So on all the rides, actually, not all of them, so I would say about 80% of the rides, they do have like a little box when you get in the line you have to stand on, and they can see your weight, the employees, the people that work there, and they're checking your weight to make sure you're either heavy enough or light enough. If you weigh too much, you can't go on the ride. If you weigh too less, you can't go on the ride. So it actually happened to me and Christian. We went on one ride, we walked all the way up waiting in the line, we got on the scale and we were too light, we didn't weigh enough. So it was a 5-person tube ride, and the girl said, you don't weigh enough, you have to have a certain amount of weight to be able to go on this ride because of the pool. If you weigh too less, it won't pull you down, so you get stuck on the slide. So you don't want that, obviously. But if you weigh too much, it could also not work well. So there are weight regulations on some of the rides. I would say maybe 80% of them. So not all, but anyways, so we actually had to stand on the side. We asked her, can we wait for somebody else that maybe, would let us join them? And she said, that's fine if you want to. And then it only took us maybe 2 groups of people. And then there were 2 other young people, couple kind of like us, that also did not weigh enough. So they got the same news, hey, and they were confused. At first we were like, what? We don't weigh enough. Like, we just couldn't believe it. And then we said to them, hey, we'll go with you. Or you guys, don't weigh enough? And they said, yeah. So they were really cool about it, and the 4 of us ended up going, and all was good. So there are 2 rides that, and they're right next to each other, 2 slides that I know you have to have a certain amount of weight. The other slides we had no problem with. There are some that have big dips that pull you way up and then back down. They were really fun. I enjoyed the slides. I also get a little motion sickness sometimes, so I will let you know that if you're prone to motion sickness, you may get motion sickness on some of these rides, even the water rides, because they do spin you around and you're going down tubes and water. So just keep that in mind. Also, there were some body slides other than the ones in the volcano. Those 3 in the volcano I talked about are all just using your body weight. They did have some lesser intense ones, which were more my speed, but they are basically 2 body slides. You use just your body. They're more easygoing, kind of fun, but still fast to have the adventure, and you drop down into a deep pool. So you do have to be able to swim on that one. They ask you, they make sure you do know how to swim. They'll confirm that with you because you drop down into a pool where you have to swim up, and those were fun. Those were my speed. I really liked those. But again, my favorite was definitely the roller coaster. That was the one that had the most wait time. I would say maximum though, the maximum wait time we had on that water roller coaster ride was 15 minutes. So it really was nothing. I haven't been to Volcano Bay previously to the pandemic or coronavirus, so I can't say how the lines were before. But my guess is that they were more busy, just like the other theme parks. You have to take in consideration that right now during this pandemic, a lot of people aren't traveling, whether it be domestic Americans or it be international travel. Our borders are closed partially to some countries like China and to some European countries, and there's other ones, so those travelers aren't going to come here either way. So that definitely makes less people inside the theme parks. There's a big international travel here in Orlando, and especially to visit the theme parks here. So I think that definitely makes a difference. And also in general, even if you're American or you're allowed to enter the country, a lot of people just aren't traveling right now. Some countries aren't even offering flights anywhere. Some countries aren't offering flights to the US. So I think that definitely makes a difference. I would say there was about, I have to guess, I don't know, as full wise, I would say it was maybe 30% full, which is pretty good. It was very comfortable. Most of the slides or rides, we didn't have any wait time. If maximum, I told you, it was 15 minutes. Some of the shorter ones, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it wasn't super packed where it was an hour long and you felt that, well, it's gonna take forever for a 5-minute ride down a slide, which I really like that because I don't like lines. I don't like waiting a long time. I don't think anybody does, but especially for just like a 5-minute ride, I want to be able to go up, do it, and go to the next one. So we were able to do, not only were we able to do every single ride in Volcano Bay, but we were able to do it multiple times. I think the roller coaster ride we did like at least 6 times. I wasn't counting because we were just having so much fun. But we were there literally 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. As soon as they open at 10 a.m. to as soon as they close at 5 p.m. They actually shut down all the rides at 5 p.m. So there's no reason to really stay any longer. They didn't kick us out of the park or anything, but it was a really good day. They do have lockers there. I would say it was harder, the social distancing there, and it wasn't as much regulated as it was when we went to the other theme parks, the Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. I think they had a harder time there. I don't know if it was because of the rides or because of the employees. The employees were all very nice as well, but I felt there that it was less regulated, less advised or put together than when we were in the other the theme parks, the non-water theme parks. In the other theme parks, they had the social distancing blue stickers on the ground, made sure you knew to keep your 6 feet. And they also had constant hand sanitizing before you went on the ride. They had everybody was forced to use your face mask, or it was regulated. You had to have it on. If you didn't, they had employees reminding you. In the water park, obviously wearing a mask is more difficult because you're getting soaking wet. You're in a water park, so you're not really, it doesn't make sense to really wear a mask because the masks are not waterproof, most of them. So it was not required. You did have to wear a face mask to enter into the park, to wait in the line, but as soon as you got in the park, you could take off your face mask, so nobody was wearing face masks. So I found that interesting. That was a major difference, I would say, between the Volcano Bay theme park and some of the other Universal theme parks. The other ones, you were required to wear masks. They're dry parks. I mean, they have wet rides, but mostly dry. So you were required to wear a mask. Even on the wet water rides in the other Universal theme parks, you were required to keep your mask on. So that was interesting. But in the Volcano Bay, you were not required to wear a mask. As soon as you get in there, you can take it off. You're required to wear it until you get in. Once you get in, you could take it off. So nobody was wearing masks. I did notice people were having fun, and that's how it should be, you know, which makes sense. People were having fun, not talking with their peers, their group, and weren't really paying attention to social distancing. So there were moments where I had to tell people like, hey, back it up a little bit. They did on some of the rides have social distancing markers. Not all of them, but some of them. But I did realize that people were not paying attention to them. Hardly any. So that was a little more complicated. And there was no masks in Volcano Bay. So people were not paying attention to the social distancing. They were having fun, which I understand, but they were not paying attention, and they only had hand sanitizer on one of the rides. Actually, the roller coaster, they were sanitizing before people got on the roller coaster. The rest, there was no sanitizing as far as the hands go. But I did see when you go around or get to the bottom of the ride or before, you do see people actually sanitizing the tubes and sanitizing around the park and sanitizing the railing and all of that. So that was really good. So there is sanitizing going on, but as far as the people go, there was not a lot of social distancing, and there was not hand sanitizing of the hands like the other theme parks. So that was interesting. That was a little more concerning to me, especially since not everybody was required to wear the masks. So in that sense, if you're a little more nervous, I would say probably it's not the time to go to the Volcano Bay. I did like that there were little to no lines, and there was not that many people there, but people were not really practicing the social distancing and not wearing masks. So I tried to just do my part, and I even reminded people I had to do the 6 feet, but it is what it is. It happens. People are going to do what they're going to do. So if you're looking for a good time and enjoy Orlando and are a little nervous still about the coronavirus but want to still go out and have some fun and enjoy and have a good vacation, I would stick to the more dry parks, the Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. If you're open to just going and having fun and being in contact with people without masks, but you want less lines, Volcano Bay could be for you. I loved Volcano Bay. I had so much fun. I mean, it was an awesome theme park. I definitely recommend going, but you should keep that in mind if you're looking to go to one of the theme parks, if you're looking to do the water park. Those certain things may be an issue for you, maybe not. So that's my review on Volcano Bay. If you have any other questions, please make sure to write me a message or a comment below on this video. I try to cover as much as I can. I'm doing this on a whim. I'm not rehearsed this. I'm just going off of my thoughts since I just did it 2 days ago, and I might have forgot something, or maybe there's something that you've thought of that I didn't answer. So please feel free to write me a comment. I would love to answer any questions you have. I'm happy to. I love seeing the comments. If you have any feedback, I love seeing all the positivity and the positive feedbacks you guys give me, and I think it's really needed right now. We need to be very kind to each other and positivity. Let's look for the good things in life right now. We have to focus on the good. That's really what we should do, really all our lives. I know it's not easy, but especially right now. So I really appreciate, and you know who you are, those people that leave positive comments and feedback. Either way, I really enjoy, and I'm happy that you guys are here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it helped you to make maybe an informative decision, or if you were just here for the entertainment to see what it was like, then I'm really happy that you watched this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you already have, thank you, and we're happy to have you here. We're gonna be posting tons and tons more videos. We have hundreds of more videos coming soon from before the coronavirus that we videotaped, that we recorded from all over the world, and we have a lot more coming up. We're not stopping here. The coronavirus is not stopping us. We're just practicing safe measures and making sure that we're doing our part to be safe and keep everybody else safe. But we're definitely still gonna be on the go, and we're gonna be posting a lot more. So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't. If you already have, again, thank you for watching this video, for being here, for subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.